On the news tonight, Federal High Court in Lagos varies bail conditions for former bank chief. Nigerian Air Force poised to collaborate with the police to fight crimes. And on political notes today, our focus is on the political crisis in the Gambia, plus latest in the world of entertainment and sports. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Elizabeth Omori. 3 years after she was granted bail, the former managing director of First City Monument Bank, Rosemary Usifo, is yet to meet her bail conditions. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has, however, varied the terms of bail following application by her counsel. Vera Chilba also reports that trial of former managing director of NIMASA, Patrick Akpobolukemi, was also stalled.
The former FCMB manager Rosemary Usifo was charged with 30 million naira fraud by the EFCC. She was arraigned on the 5th of December 2013 on a one-count charge bordering on the offense. She was charged alongside her bank. The prosecution counsel, Susan, had alleged that the accused defrauded a bank customer, one retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Achibong Nkanga, of the sum of 30 million naira. The money was alleged to have been obtained from the fixed deposit of the customer. The accused had been at the Crickery prison following her inability to meet the terms of bail. The defense counsel Akambi brought an application asking the court to vary the terms by dispensing with the condition of providing a property owner in the bail terms. The application was not opposed by the prosecution. Justice Seidu granted the accused bail in the sum of 10 million naira with 2 sureties in like sum. He, however, ordered that she be remanded in Kirikiri prison pending perfection of bail terms. The ongoing trial of former Director General of the NIMASA, Patrick Akpobolukemi, and 5 others was adjourned till the 28th of February due to absence of the 11th and last witness. Also, the case of 3.1 billion naira Zamfara state debt before the Federal High Court could not be heard. Ecobank had commenced garnishee proceeding against the state seeking to recover the debt. 17th of January has been fixed for hearing. In Lagos, Vera Chumuba, NTA News.
Following the amendment of its charges, the federal government has rearranged Justice Adeni Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on a 6-count charge of corruption. At the arraignment, another defendant was charged along with Justice Ademola. Femi Okeowo reports.
Brought before Justice Judo Keke of the FCT High Court, Justice Adeniyi Ademola, a judge of the Federal High Court, is being tried on a 16-count charge of, among others, receiving 3 installments of 10 million naira each between March 11th and 16th, 2016, dealing in illegal property to the tune of about 175 million naira with a private company, and receiving an unlawful BMW car gift through his son on the 5th of January 2015. The car gift was said to have come through a senior advocate of Nigeria, Joe Agui, who this time was charged along with Justice Adeniyi Ademola. They all pleaded not guilty to the charges.
There was an amended charge brought today against the accused person, which brought in a new defendant into the case. And based on that, fresh plea was taken.
We didn't want it to stall the arraignment of the 2 defendants. That was why we took his name out of the original charge. But now that he's in the country, we brought him in so that we can commence trial.
The bail conditions that had prevailed before Wednesday's rearrangement was extended to the defendants. Now, with the amendment of charges and the arraignment completed, the trial has been slated to commence on the 16th of January, and it will run through the 6th, 17th, and 18th of the month. From the FCT High Court, Femi Okeowo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Air Force has reiterated its commitment to support the police towards combating crimes in the country. The Commandant 055 Nigerian Air Force Camp Lagos, Commodore Kabiru Aliu, stated this during a courtesy visit to the Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 2 in Lagos. Rotimi Oluwagbemi reports.
Air Commodore Kabiru Aliu said the visit is to familiarize with the stakeholders in the security sector on how to tackle security challenges in Lagos State. He stressed that the visit will further strengthen the existing relationship between the Air Force and the Nigerian police.
Crime too is dynamic. So we have to match that dynamism with a matching something that will counter it in a way that will always be on top of the situation. And we'll continue to be on top of the situation by giving you all the support that you need from our end to achieve the noble objective of securing lives and property.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 2, Kayode Aderanti, commended Nigerian Air Force for its role in combating security challenges in Lagos and other parts of the country. He assured Commodore Aliyu of the police-lasting relationship that will help to put an end to all forms of criminal activities in Lagos and Ogun states.
The way we speak together in one voice, we exchange intelligence, we interact more robustly, both formal and informal. I think it is the country that will benefit greatly from that partnership. So it's this synergy that I seek.
Highlights of the event include presentation of souvenir and a group photograph. In Lagos, Rotimi Oluwagbemi, NTA News.
You're watching NTA2 News. Still ahead, ECOWAS leaders continue mediation in the political crisis in the Gambia as Nigerian singer gets cash award. These and more when we return after this break. Stay with us.
Yes, XFT, the extreme fuel treatment, works hard in these hard times to increase your capacity to save and earn extra money in spite of the high cost of fuel. It makes your fuel last long.
One now. 100, not 1,000. Abeg, give me your money.
Yes, Lafianka.
Give me your...
Something is wrong.
Where they go now?
Where I never reach my bus stop.
Meaning what?
See, I go once.
Reduce your worries. Treat all your combustible fuel with XFT. It's a 7-in-1 fuel treatment product and needs no additive. With XFT, there is only profit. Buy XFT today.
XFT.
Save money as a customer or make money as a distributor. For more information on XFT product usage and residual income opportunities, call 08080335063, 08087187617, 08039409418.
A word of hospitality and all-in-one exquisite service. Come experience our sit-out bar with live music to relax your mind, plus entertainment extravaganza you cannot afford to miss. With 3 swimming pools to cater for children and adults, come and experience a fantastic fun and excitement. A sport bar, not like another, for your relaxation, plus the cozy restaurant serving sumptuous Nigerian and international cuisines. Don't just imagine it. Come dig it with us at the hottest and biggest nightclub in town, the Elysium Nightclub. Turn up and flex your muscles in our ultra-modern gymnasium daily for our healthy life. A luxurious, beautifully decorated event center is ideal for your weddings, conferences, meetings, and seminars. We also offer home-style private suites. Every suite comes tastefully furnished with kitchen and other homely fixtures. With 24-hour security, ample car park, serene ambience, and our ever-cautious staff, come relish the splendor of Piccadilly Suites at 3 Piccadilly Street off Lekki Ekpe Express Road by Igboefon Roundabout. Entrance beside Samsung office, Igboefon, Lekki. The Piccadilly Suite Hospitality, an experience to savor.
Thanks for staying with us and welcome to Political Notes. ECOWAS leaders mediating the political crisis in the Gambia have stated their determination towards ensuring that the will for change expressed by the people through the ballot box is respected according to the provision of the Gambian Constitution. This was the outcome of a crucial meeting held in Abuja at the instance of President Muhammadu Buhari as mediator of sub-regional organization on the crisis. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that further talks with President Yahya Jammeh of the Gambia, earlier slated for Wednesday in Banjul, has been postponed till this Friday at the instance of President Yahya Jammeh.
The crucial meeting, which is a follow-up to the one held over the weekend in Ghana, was attended by ECOWAS chairperson Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia, President Macky Sall of the Republic of Senegal, and the immediate past president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. President of the ECOWAS Commission, Marcel de Souza, and special representatives of the United Nations Secretary General Muhammad Ibn Chambers were also in attendance. For over 3 hours, the leaders deliberated behind closed doors on the current state of affairs in the Gambia and shared views on the best way forward. Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister, Geoffrey Onyama, spoke to newsmen on the outcome of the meeting.
They agreed on their determination to resolve the Gambian political crisis in a manner that at every step of the way conforms with the Constitution of the Gambia and respects the will of the people of Gambia. They expressed particular concern at the deteriorating situation that has been reported in respect of security in the Gambia. In particular, the closure of some of the radio stations and media houses, arrests that have been taking place, and also the refugee situation that is being created with the mass exodus of a large number of people to the interior and to neighboring countries.
Consequently, the meeting resolved that President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria and his counterparts from Liberia and Sierra Leone, former Ghanaian leader John Dramani Mahama, as well as the representatives of the ECOWAS Commission, African Union, and the United Nations will visit Banjul this week for another round of meeting with President Yahya Jammeh on the need and imperative to respect the Gambian constitution. And as the handover date draws near, newsmen sought to know from the Foreign Affairs Minister, Geoffrey Onyama, on further steps to be taken to avoid violence and bloodshed should President Jammeh fail to reason with the ECOWAS leaders.
ECOWAS has discussed that scenario and has very much in mind certain steps that it might want to take. As I have said in the past, all options, and I mean all options, are on the table. ECOWAS is engaged in this process, and ECOWAS is determined that the Constitution must be followed, and that's where ECOWAS is. And ECOWAS is going to stand very firm on that.
President Jammeh is expected to hand over to the President-elect Adama Barrow on the 19th of this month.
To speak further on the Gambia political impasse and its implications to democracy in West Africa is Professor Charles Dokubo of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs in Lagos. Professor Dokubo, it's nice to have you in the studio.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Welcome to Political Notes.
Thanks.
All right, what will you say are the direct consequences of President Yahya Jammeh's annulment of Gambia's presidential election, which was won by the opposition after conceding defeats? Initially conceding defeat?
Even right from the time that he considered defeat, I was even wary about that position because, bearing in mind its antecedents, Yahya Jammeh as a president said that he can only leave power when God comes down.
Oh.
But now the Gambian people have spoken, and yet he does not want to follow the direction they wanted their country to go. Being that as it may, we're talking about third wave of democracy in West Africa and even in Africa, and that we believe that most African countries have now seen that democracy is the only game in the world. For him to try to unravel that and try to take us back will be a defeat, not only to the Gambian people, but to Africa as a whole. So definitely there are serious implications, and I believe that from what the foreign minister has said, there will be actions that will follow the words that they've spoken.
Okay. Would you say African ECOWAS leaders have reacted appropriately to this impasse?
Definitely, there's an agreement among ECOWAS leaders that any change of government by force of arms or any legal means of change of government, that they are not going to accept that. They are going to stigmatize, ostracize, and marginalize that country. And then we know that apart from that, they could also take other steps in terms of if that country turns into an ungovernable entity, then definitely the sub-region will have to take actions that it has taken in other countries before.
Okay. All right. So what options are available to both the opposition and the ECOWAS leaders if Jammeh remains unwilling? Are there other options?
There are a lot of options. If you look at the Gambia is just it's a tourist haven,
Yes.
and that's where they make their earnings and all that. So definitely, if that country is there's also a problem near the around Senegambia and all that. But if Jammeh believes that he is going to stand firm against the decision of the Gambian people, then I think there are ways it could be cut off from other ECOWAS country, because I doubt if any ECOWAS country will give succor and then sanctuary to Jammeh for derailing democracy that we all believe in. So definitely they're going to use what I call moral suasion first. Try to tell him the options that are available to him, and then for him to think very well, hard and fast, before he takes any action.
Okay.
The fallback action is that, will there be, if the situation deteriorates in the Gambia, will there be a movement by ECOWAS to intervene to maintain peace and security in that area? They could even evoke that, because if you look at the African security architecture that are based mainly on the region, on the REX, they could activate it, intervene, and try to maintain peace. If that fails also, there's another one, responsibility to protect, that nations have the right to protect their citizens. But if they fail, then the international community will step in and nurse that failing station as a nation back to health.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Considering the role of democracy in governance, what way can the Gambia issue, in what way can this issue affect democracy in the sub-region?
The fact is that most countries are adhering seriously to democracy, and they've accepted it as the only game in the sub-region. So definitely any attempt to derail it will affect democracy in other parts, and it could be used as a precedent to act the way he acted. So I think for the leaders of the sub-region, they are going to be very hard on it. Try all possible means to make sure that democracy is accepted and it's not derailed, and that since the Gambian people have spoken, their word will be adhered to by the sub-regional organization.
Okay. All right. Jammeh's clampdown on the mass media has been condemned. The winner of the election is on exile, while his Minister of Information has resigned. What does this portend?
It shows a deteriorating situation in the Gambia. Things are not all right. So definitely these are what ECOWAS leaders will look into. It has started, then we've not heard about kidnapping, political assassination and all that. So they are watching carefully. I strongly believe that as they progress, they are going to monitor and see what actions will be taken. I think nothing is ruled out and nothing is ruled in. All options are on the table. Okay. And if moral suasion fails, there could be another one. Sanctions will be there. Okay. Then you can also talk about intervention, because we cannot stand aside and watch a member of the ECOWAS family be turned into one mass graveyard. So we have to intervene to maintain peace and security in that country. Okay.
All right. Now, let's talk about the Gambians. What roles do you expect the Gambians to play in restoring the mandate they freely gave to Mr. Barrow?
The fact is that, what do you expect them? They voted, and then they've declared what their position is. Because you expect them to come and carry banners and be moving around the street where they could be easily shot by supporters of Jammeh. So one has to be careful about them. We have to be concerned about their own welfare, in the sense that because Jammeh knows those who did not vote for him. So definitely he could take actions against them. So what they have to do, stay in their houses, listen to the television, listen to the radio, look at international response, and see what you can do for yourself and your family in that circumstances.
Okay, quickly before you go, are there lessons African leaders can learn from this situation?
The fact is that African leaders are still learning. Okay. Because democracy in most countries have not taken the routes that it should take. But in our country, for instance, I think we are on the right track. Democracy is on the good path, and that even if there are challenges to it, we are addressing it. We are not killing people. We go to courts to redress the situation. And I believe other countries could, if other countries in the sub-region could adopt that process, then definitely we'll say that democracy has already taken roots and it has been consolidated.
All right, Professor Charles Dokubo, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thanks for having me once more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Moving on, Anti-corruption agencies in the country have been urged to step up their engagement with the Nigerian public, stressing that it is important to completely delegitimize corruption. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said this while meeting with a delegation against corruption led by its chairman, Professor Ise Sage.
The Vice President, who commended the committee for its excellent work so far, observed that it has removed skepticism as to whether an anti-corruption initiative could work well in the country. While expressing satisfaction that the anti-corruption war has been going on very well, especially with the role of the committee, the Vice President also noted that it is important that corruption trials, once commenced, should be concluded promptly. Leader of the delegation, Professor Ise Sage, said the advisory committee has engaged with all anti-corruption agencies in the country, including the police and the judiciary, and that the cooperation has been very effective.
Anyway, from the hot stories now, Nigerian singer awarded cash prize by the British phonography industry. Join us now for details of this and other stories on Entertainment News. It's nice to have you join us on Entertainment News. The British phonographic industry, a trade body that represents the United Kingdom recording labels, has awarded 21 artists a prize money of £250,000 to boost their music career. Among the recipients is our very own Mwelogo. Mwelogo took to the social media to express his gratitude. In 2016, Mwelogo released an EP titled Ireti. Meanwhile, Nigerian rapper Young Six, whose 21-carat gold necklace was stolen during his performance at a concert in Jos, is said to be offering 500,000 naira to anyone who finds it. According to the rapper, the necklace was stolen by an overexcited fan while he was trying to leave the venue of the concert. And still on spicy stories, Kim Kardashian's driver, who was arrested by the French police, has been released after investigations. The other 16 suspects are still in custody and are not allowed to speak with the press. Meanwhile, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt have agreed to keep details of their divorce and child dispute private. The estranged Hollywood actors signed agreements to preserve the privacy rights of their children and family. All court documents regarding their divorce have been handed over to a private judge for legal decisions. And that's it from our entertainment desk. And now to sports. Let's now join Kene Imagudike for sporting stories.
Nigeria-based professional footballers have been urged to pursue academic qualifications in order to be relevant after retiring from the sport. This advice was given by sport administrators in Port Harcourt during the testimonial match of former Super Eagles forward Victor Ezeji, who retired after 20 years in the Nigeria Professional League.
He has shown players and footballers that you can mix the two together, get to school and play your football, and that you don't have to go abroad to become recognized or famous.
I want to go into administration, and that's one of it. And by the time we're done with this, we'll take it to the next level. Nobody says I cannot coach. Nobody says I can't be a player's agent. But we'll see how it turns out at the end of the day.
Omobolanle Obayomi reports that Ezeji, who played 8 games for the Super Eagles and also won 2 African Champions League titles with Enyimba of Aba, has been appointed player advisor to the league management company. Ahead of the kickoff of the 2016-2017 Nigeria Professional Football League season this weekend, newly promoted Abubakar Bukala Saraki Football Club of Ilori has unveiled 15 new players in a bid to securing continental tickets at the end of the season. The Coach Henry Makinwa team will open their campaign against Aqua United of Uyo at the Kwara State Stadium Ilori on Sunday. Reactions have continued to trail FIFA's decision to introduce a 48-team format for the 2026 World Cup. A campaign group known as New FIFA Now, the English Football Association, as well as the European Club Association, have all expressed concern over the potency of the decision, which they say would dilute the competitiveness of the tournament.
For many other countries, it is indeed a chance to qualify.
And that's the news package at this hour. Thank you so much for watching NTA2 News. I'm Elizabeth Omori.